Welcome everyone. Messages from your spirit guides is today's timeless pick a card. Option 1 on the left, option 2 in the middle, and option 3 on the right hand side. Take a deep breath with me. And exhale. Timestamps are in the description box. If you need more time to choose, you can pause the video now. See you there. Welcome everyone who chose this card, Flexible. The number 19 could be significant as well as the number 1. What do your spirit guides want to tell you? What are their messages for you right now? So the first message coming through is the theme flexibility. Some of you could have been gymnasts in the past, or you could be gymnasts, acrobatics, stuff like that. Someone here could do calisthenics, or yoga, stretching, that kind of thing. Flexible. Your spirit guides are saying something about being flexible. Calling you to be more flexible, being more flexible. The need to be more flexible. If you feel like you're being too flexible, it could be that. We have the Temple. The number 39 could be relevant as well as the number 3. So 1 to 3. Progress. Okay. The Temple is talking about spirituality. Flexibility when it comes to spirituality. If you have been too strict with your spiritual practices, your spirit guides are coming through to say, relax. It's not about following these strict rules when it comes to spirituality. It's not about taking it too far. Being spiritual means being yourself, means being authentic, means aligning with your soul. And so it doesn't take overthinking it or overdoing it in terms of spiritual practices. None of that is needed, really, is what's coming through. Just do what feels right to you in the way that feels right to you in terms of how you pursue your spirituality. It means how you connect to your soul, how you live authentically aligned with who you are at a soul level. It's not about strict rules or idolatry or anything like that. It's more about having reverence for everything that exists and having reverence for who you are truly at your core, more than following this architectural structure that someone else created. It's not about expending all this effort in order to arrive to our spirituality. You're already there. You just have to live in a way that is aligned with your soul and aligned with really considering everyone with, their different faiths. Two things can be right at once, and not one person or one religion is superior to the other, or knows more, or is in the right more than the other. Because that's what could create problems and divide more than anything. Know your boundaries, though. Know what is acceptable to you and what is not. What would be crossing a boundary with you, what you consider to be unacceptable, and move, instead of trying to move within a group, an organized group, and almost adapt to that. It's about finding your soul tribe and who aligns with you, and moving within that circle without trying to impose or trying to follow others' impositions, if that makes sense. Don't be so strict with yourself in terms of things that, especially those things that don't seem right to you for some reason, don't resonate, or if something feels off, right? If something feels off, question that. Quincunx, complexity. Yeah, it's complex, but it doesn't have to be. And it's a lot more complex than it seems. But at the same time, you can make it really simple. It doesn't have to be this hard or this difficult or this strict or this complicated, really. It's a lot easier. You don't have to complicate your life. You don't have to make it harder than it already is, just to add more work to what is already stressful, if that makes sense. If it's becoming too stressful, then it's not spirituality, it's something else. So watch out for that, is what I'm saying. What I'm seeing here. There are values that you may follow that would make sense in the grand scheme of things, but if there are other adjacent attachments to those core values that you don't resonate with, you don't have to stick to those. There are other options, if that makes sense. Otherwise, the risk would be to clash with your own values, clash with your truth, and in turn even clash with other people who would otherwise be aligned with you if it weren't for the stubbornness. So it's like you're being invited to be curious about what else is out there, read more about what else is out there, and don't make spirituality so hard for you. It shouldn't be hard work. It's more of like a flow, and it's a process. It's not a place where you have to arrive really quickly, if that makes sense. It's like someone here is missing the mark when it comes to spirituality. It doesn't have to be as structured and hard as you may think it is. All right, let's look at the tarot. What messages do your spirit guides have for you? Be more flexible. It doesn't have to be this complicated. Okay, Queen of Materials. Okay, you could have strong Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo in your chart. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Mercury, South Node, North Node. It could be that you see spirituality as having to follow the same rules as our 3D material life. The discipline, the practical steps toward it, and it could be that you are coming from a place of a 3D attitude towards spirituality because of what works in the 3D, and it's not the same. It's not the same. The Hangman. It's about seeing things from a different perspective, but taking your time with it. It doesn't follow the same rules. It doesn't follow the same rules. It's about seeing the 3D material world from a different angle, from a different perspective. Now, your spirit guides are also wanting to say that if right now your material life, meaning your health or your finances or your material circumstances, meaning location, there's something where you feel stuck right now. And look, these two seem to be in very similar positions. It's like, are you trying too hard? You're trying too hard, and it's all a matter of just changing your perspective. It's not about trying so hard. You're trying too hard in one direction. You're not being flexible with how you are approaching this or perceiving things, and that is why you're stuck. And until you're able to gain a different perspective, you're going to stay stuck. But again, You don't have to see this so negatively, meaning if you are stuck right now, there's a reason for it. It's to give you an opportunity to see things from a different perspective. It's until you move around enough to see things from all angles until you get that one angle. And so be flexible with where you're coming from. Try to do things in a different way. Because if you're trying to do things the same way and expecting different results, chances are you're going to get the same results. And that is the very definition of insanity. And you could be feeling like, oh, I feel like I'm going insane. I'm doing all the right things. I'm putting all in this work. I'm putting this work in. And you may be seeing this from a very three-dimensional perspective. And when we want to manifest things in the 3D that are not our current reality, we have to be able to exit the 3D and the way things are done in this material world and manifest from a higher place, if that makes sense. So it's a matter of changing the way you do things and seeing different results, because I'm even seeing that there's this potential for you to create all this wealth and be really healthy and have a very stable life and live where you want, how you want, in the kind of house that you want, or have the kind of office that you want, or be surrounded by the material things that you want. And by material things, I'm not just saying things that you buy, even plants and nature, and in terms of location, if you are near a mountain or near the sea or wherever you decide this is, if you're feeling stuck right now, the reason could be because you're either trying too hard or you're being stubborn in the way you're doing things, and it's bringing you the same kind of results of feeling stuck. It's like you could make a bunch of money and then you spend all this money, or something happens that then it all, it's like exerting all this energy and all this effort into something that, because there's this fear or this need to control, it ends up being wasted or being squandered or just disappearing for whatever reason. And it's that energy of holding on in a material way or creating it in a material way and excluding the energy of creating it in the higher dimensions, in the higher realms, in the unseen, in the energetic realm, into the material. You're trying to create the material in the material while using the same rules for your spirituality, where you're blocking your spirituality and blocking your spirituality by doing too much, by trying too hard, by applying the same material rules. Then it's also keeping you stuck in the material, if that makes sense. So if you didn't understand why you were stuck, it's because you have to see this other perspective. It's about creating it in the unseen, in the imagination, in the higher realms, and bringing it to the 3D, rather than trying to tackle everything from the 3D, even your spirituality, because you're keeping it stuck. And that's why, okay? It's creating resistance more than anything. Temperance. There's a need to alchemize, to transmute negative into positive when it comes to your thoughts, or where you're coming from, or how you're doing things, or what angle. What is the angle? Change the angle to change the outcome. There need to be adjustments here. An ease. It's more about an ease, and even if you have to visualize bringing things down from the ethereal, from the higher realms, visualize that it's like a channel, like you see something in this bubble here in your mind's eye, or you can think it in your crown chakra, in your claircognizantly, you can create something, right? An idea or a vision, and visualize it being grounded here on earth. Visualize it coming through this pipe, if you will, and start to see it being built, like with bricks, and start to see it grow. But it's coming from, it's your vision. It's not a vision that you think is possible from the ground up. It's from up to the ground, if that makes sense. Because there's a need for balance here. You could have Sagittarius or Pisces strongly in your chart. Judgment, you could have strongly Scorpio in your chart. Yeah, there's a decision you need to make here to shift your life in a big way, and it has to do with a matter of angle and perspective, where you're coming from, where are you creating it from, basically. And in making a decision to create it differently, then you start to see the potential materializing, and this will be giving you a second chance at life, a second chance at being able to create something that maybe you thought was lost. It's not. You can still create this, okay? But you have to make the decision to create it from a different angle, from a different perspective. Muse of inspiration. Use a different source of inspiration. This is Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, could be strongly in your chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or Mercury. That is the moment when you decide to create things in your mind's eye, in the higher realms, in your mind, in your soul, from a place that is aligned with your soul. If you make these adjustments, you're going to start to feel more inspired, more motivated, and you're going to have more energy to actually make it happen. Again, a shift in where are you creating this from? Because you see, materials is pentacles, is very material, right? It's 3D, it's dense energy. It's where you make things happen ultimately. But it needs to come from fire energy. It needs to come from inspiration. You need to feel ignited. It needs to be connected to your soul. And for that, you need to create it first from a place of your soul into your mind, through your body, so that you can then create it in this 3D dense material world. So you can start to see that energy becoming matter, densifying, right, into the material realm. But it comes from it starts up there. It doesn't start down here. Again, and this has a lot to do with aligning yourself, with your soul, with the truth of who you are. Again, going back to spirituality, not being this strict thing that follows these 3D rules. It's more like coming from a place of who am I? What is it that I want to create? How is it that I want to live? What experience do I want to have on this earth? What do I want to be surrounded with? And start to create that image. And if you even have to do a drawing of this pipe coming from this bubble, where you create the reality like a drawing, and you start to see it like brick by brick, you start drawing the bricks every day. If you want to do that as an exercise and designing it as you go. And it says, this situation calls for you to be your authentic self, which is the basis of your personal power. So you may be trying to do things the way other people are doing things because it works for them. But that is the reality that they're wanting to create for themselves. And what you don't see probably is their process, their visualization. The way they are creating this is not from a 3D material place. And we have Isaiah, could be a name. This woman is pregnant, by the way. So someone here could be pregnant. It's a good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. I am watching over you, guiding you, and protecting you during these changes. So it's saying, yes, it's a good time for you to start doing things differently, to start creating new. But again, it says give birth to new ideas. So the ideas that you have, maybe they're not working because they're coming from a 3D material place. But if you create new ideas and of giving birth to situations, new ways of doing things, yes, it's good to do that right now. You're being protected, you're being guided, you're being watched over during these changes, but there need to be changes in perspective, in the way that you're operating, your MO, the way you're doing things, the angle you're seeing things from. The perspective needs to change. And when you start deciding to make those changes, you're going to start to feel a different kind of fire igniting in you, and you're going to start to feel more inspired. And you're going to be, at the same time, a source of inspiration to others, okay? Because right now you could be trying to follow a certain way of doing things, and you're not really inspiring others with that. Because you feel like you have to tone down your inner compass, because it may ruffle some feathers around you. But it's actually what's needed right now is your authenticity. And that is what is going to even drive people toward you, your business, your ideas, your products, your services, your love, whatever it is, right? So that was your reading, guys. It was a pleasure to read for everyone today. Let me know how that resonates for you in the comment section. If it did not resonate, choose another pile. Take what resonates, leave what does not. Thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. It helps the channel. It helps to bring you more Extra content is on my Patreon. Information for that is in the description box. It was a pleasure to read for everyone today. Have a beautiful day. See you in the next one. Bye for now. Welcome everyone who chose this beautiful card here and now. This is going to be a reading, messages from your spirit guides. The number 32 could be relevant to you, as well as the number 5. Here and now is about the present. You could look back to the past, or you could look into the future. Your spirit guides are calling you to be in the here and now, because there may be a focus on the past or a focus on the future. When we focus on the past, what happens is we focus on things that have happened, we have no control over, we cannot change, right? And this could create depression, sadness. If we're focused on the future, we are focused on things that are not happening right now, but we are creating right now. And it could bring anxiety based on the depression from the past or the things that went wrong in the past that we're trying to control as we are focused too much on the future, where we create the future here and now in the present moment. And that's what your spirit guides are wanting to remind you. Now, it's a red flag there, and it says you are here. And the red is to call the attention back to the future. This is where you are. This is where you create the future, right? The present. Big red flag, if you're focusing on the past and the future, chances are you're not creating anything in the present for the future, right? You're stuck. And so your spirit guides with the number 32 want you to be a winner, are saying there's immense potential here for you to be a winner. That is the 6 of Wands card. That is success. There's the potential for, but there needs to be change with the number 5. You need to change the way you're doing things. You need to first and foremost pull yourself to the present moment. Then we have red flag. Pay attention to all the red flags in your life right now. Not saying just about other people around you, your own red flags. Be really honest with yourself and make a list of what your red flags are right now. Are you procrastinating? Are you not doing something, some kind of task that you should be doing? Are you not taking those small steps toward your goals? On a minute basis, an hourly basis, a daily basis, a weekly basis. The present, right now. What is it that you have around you right now that you have to do? Is it your job? Is it a task at home? There's always something. There's always something we should be doing to build our future. There's also a priority list. There are the things that we can't control and we can't tackle because they're not available to us right now. But then there's a list of things that are available to us to do right now, and a priority. Okay, out of all these things that I have to do and that I can do today, what is the first on the list? What is the most important that needs to be tackled right now? And you go down that list. Now, do I have 1 minute to clean this over here? Do I have 5 minutes to go and do that? Until you have everything done in that day, and if you're not doing that, that's your red flag. If you're paying attention to other people's red flags and you don't see any red flags in yourself, then you need to take your attention off other people for a minute and start pointing the finger back at yourself. And then you can go and, okay, after you point the finger at yourself, then you can go one by one. These people in my life, why do I feel uneasy around this person? What is going on here that this is not going well? What are the red flags over there? And then be honest with yourself about those people. Instead of seeing what you want to see or their potential for the future or what they did in the past, look at them in the present moment. How are they acting right now? What is their behavior right now? Same with yourself. So that's the first thing coming through. And then we have the ocean. The number 35 could be relevant, and the number 8. Ocean is about emotions. It's also about the unconscious, the depths, your depths, the incomprehensible, the things that you don't see, deeper than deep. Also about the dreams, the big dreams that you hold deeply, that you are emotionally connected to. You could feel at times like you're drowning in your emotions, or you're drowning in the ocean of life. You could feel like things are unpredictable, or there's something that you simply cannot see. So there's a blind spot. And it could be that your emotions are clouding you, or sadness, or Your subconscious, there could be something in your subconscious that's running you and you're not aware of. There's something that you cannot understand or comprehend for whatever reason because you don't have enough information. It could be that you are still very emotionally connected to the past, and that makes you anxious about the future, which makes it hard for you to be in the present moment. But the answer to this, again, is doing things. Just get up and do something, anything. Even if it's tidy, the smallest thing, and then next to that there's something else, and then next to that there's something else. Go by your day since the time you wake up. Go from task to task to task. There's always something. There's always a wall to clean, always a drawer to clean or to organize. There's always an area of your house, or there's always a task at work that you could do today instead of leaving it for tomorrow. And you will see how things will move a lot faster. It's the stuck energy. If you're not moving your body, if you're not moving forward with tasks, you're creating stuck energy in your energetic realm, and it's keeping you stuck from a different future, basically, is what this is saying here. Your spirit guides are coming through to say something about this, something that's running you subconsciously, and you need to have a good look. You need to go into the depths of that. Or maybe you're doing too much of that. If you need to cry, cry. That's going to relieve your nervous system, okay? That's going to relax your nervous system. When we cry, it relaxes our central nervous system. It's scientifically proven. It does that, and you will feel it as you do it. So don't hold back your tears, because holding back your tears is keeping the energy stuck. You have big dreams, but you feel like it's all too much. Now, if you're doing too much social media, get off that. Doing too much TV, get off that. Bring yourself to the present. Look at your surroundings in the physical world right now. Take yourself out of external, what's going on in other countries. Just focus on you right now, because you need to be strong. Even if you want to help humanity and it's overwhelming, you need to make yourself strong right now. The unknown. There's something in your life that you cannot comprehend. You don't understand why it's happening. You don't understand why you're feeling stuck. It's because you're either too focused on the past or in the future, and you're not focused in your present. I heard changes in stability. Changes in stability. Is the current stability the stability you want to experience, or do you need to make changes to the current stability? Because the current stability is based on subconscious triggers. Aquarius, innovate, the innovator. It's time to innovate here in terms of experiment, different ways of doing things. Just try doing things differently. It will empower you. Do things your own way as well. Aquarius is very, what's the name for it? Aquarius is a very original energy. Free, unique, okay? There's a unique way of doing things that is just yours. You could have Aquarius strongly in your chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or Mercury. Detach from the past, detach from the future. What can you create right now? Innovate right now. Experiment right now. Experiment with a different way of doing your daily life right now. Liberate yourself from the past. Liberate yourself from worries of the future. That stems from fear, and fear creates resistance to creating anything. Fear keeps you stuck. Get rid of the fear by doing things. And by doing things, you will feel little joys. You will feel more in the flow, and you will feel yourself going up the ladder of the frequency from fear to joy to peace to love, all the good things. But it's about moving, doing, moving, using your hands, something that was here over there, something that was, let's say, okay, I'm just seeing this thing that I do when I'm tidying or cleaning my house, right? Wherever I am, I look around me. What is an easy tackle here that I could make this space better as I get up from, let's say, bed? Okay, we have some socks on the floor maybe. Take the socks directly to the washing machine. Yes, because I don't accumulate clothes anymore. Because the washing machine is always available, because it's, right? So go straight into the washing machine. I go to the kitchen. What is there for me to do? Or what can I do there while I'm there? And then what can I take with me as I leave the kitchen, right? And then as I leave the kitchen and I take something somewhere else, what can I clean there and leave there? And you see what I mean? Always take something with you, leave it there, always be tidying something wherever you're moving. Find little purposes and little missions in your day, or bigger missions, depending. Okay, 5 of Wands. Yes, life is a challenge right now. And look at all those people. Is this the same person? No, different people dress the same way. Different people dress the same way. Are you trying to follow a crowd or follow a way of doing things that is keeping you stuck in challenges? It's probably because it's not the way you should be doing things, just because other people are doing it. Now we have 5 wands here, 5 sticks that are all on top of each other. You can use them to climb them, or you can remove one by one, but it's not by removing them all at the same time. So changes need to be made, challenges and obstacles overcome. There could be a lot of competition around you, or that's how you perceive it, and you feel like you're this person down here drowning in the competition. Well, first of all, there's space and there's opportunities for everyone. What is your attitude? What attitude are you going to have if you knew that you could win same as everyone else? Because you can. That's your potential. What would you do if you knew that you were going to win in the end? How would you act right now? Because this is about challenges and obstacles that you overcome. So your spirit guides are coming through to say, yes, you're going to overcome this and you're going to win. So how will you act right now knowing that you're going to win? Okay? How would you feel right now if you were already winning? Would you be in the same space? Would things be exactly in the same place they are right now? How would you, if you knew that you were going to win something big tomorrow, and there would be a lot of people seeing you and applauding you, how would you be dressed? How would you present yourself? How, if a bunch of people came into your home right now to congratulate you with cameras? I know this sounds extreme, but for some reason I'm getting this, because everyone does everything with cameras these days. So 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Materials. The challenge could be that you are having to make a big decision about 2 material realities. It could be 2 jobs, 2 locations, 2 realities, 2 material realities, 2 countries, 2 sources of income, a job and maybe starting a new business, or a job and a relationship if there's like a physical distance and it's been challenging, or you see a lot of challenges here. And this makes you emotional, and this makes you want to hide away. You don't see how you're going to get through this. It's step by step. It's in small steps. Don't keep yourself in a loop. You're keeping yourself in a loop. You can free yourself from the loop. Don't focus too much on the past. Don't focus too much on the future. Chances are that's what's making you drown. Look at that. The moon. You're drowning in your own subconscious. You're letting yourself. It's time to take small steps here out of this ocean, out of this unknown, the depths, the unknown. Six of Voices. I feel for you guys, Six of Swords, you may need to seek therapy or heal your mind. You don't necessarily need therapy. I wouldn't go as far as to say that. I don't know, but if it resonates with you, then this is your confirmation if your intuition is telling you that. But there's a need for mental healing, or healing around the way you're thinking, healing around fears, healing the mind, okay? There could be some mental anguish going on here. And the way to pull yourself out is to start saying better things to yourself. Start speaking better to yourself and speaking better about your circumstances. There may be an issue here with self-concept. What you believe about yourself needs to be more positive. Positive affirmations in the present tense. I do have a self-concept affirmation guided meditation here on the channel. It's free. You can watch it every single day. It takes 7 weeks to make and break habits. So if you're in the habit of thinking negatively about yourself or what is possible for you, self-concept and your assumptions about what you believe is possible, I also have a affirmation meditation to raise your vibration here on the channel. It's also free. I would recommend, if you're struggling getting yourself out of the past, the future, putting yourself down, being run by your subconscious, feeling like you're drowning, I would suggest starting with these positive affirmations. At least start with that first step of discipline, that first practical step to actually listen to these every single day for 7 weeks. Because that's how long it takes to make and break the habit of how you're thinking about yourself and your assumptions of what you believe is possible for you. You need to cross that bridge. It's very turbulent in your mind and in your heart right now. Exit the turbulence by reprogramming the way you're thinking right now. Your assumptions about yourself. You are capable. You are smart enough. You do have what it takes, right? Things will happen for you. Things can really go well for you. But you need to decide to start thinking that in the present tense. Otherwise, you risk staying in mental conflict. There's a lot of mental conflict going on here. So either therapy or positive affirmations, listening to these guided meditations could help you right now. Otherwise, there's a lot of mental conflict going on inside you, which could be in turn creating mental or conflict around you with other people even. And that is what's creating the obstacles and the challenges. It's like you're projecting a reality outside of you. You're creating that reality by what's going on in your mind. So there's something very internal, very deep, very that you cannot comprehend, because it starts with your own red flags, right? And this doesn't have to be a negative thing. It's not like you're a bad person. It's just that you need to look at what is it in you that needs to heal, so that you start to see your material reality and the people around you change as well. We have dietary change. Now, this could also be that whatever you're eating, something that is affecting you, your ability to process mentally clearly. It could be that you're eating some kind of food that is toxic to your mind. Sugar would be one good example of that. But there could be something else that you're maybe allergic to. It could be gluten. It could be lactose. Certain things people eat are actually block their ability to think clearly. And when our ability to think clearly is blocked, things that we should comprehend become incomprehensible. So look at what could be the red flags around what you're eating, right? And then there's other foods that we eat that promote the growth of fungus and parasites even. So look into that as well. Improve your diet and your life will also improve, because your mind will be clearer. And when we have a clear mind, chances are we make better decisions. Archangel Uriel is with you, the Archangel of Wisdom. Your emotions are healing, which enables you to open to greater love. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind. Another thing that could be going on is that you are unable to forgive something or someone, even yourself, probably. You're maybe angry towards someone, probably a mother figure here. It could be for some of you, or you if you're a mother or a grandmother, or just anger toward someone else because they affected your feminine side, or just anger in general. As you release someone, the anger towards someone or yourself, as you release a grudge, as you release holding on to anger, as you forgive, the load lifts from yourself, first and foremost. You don't ever have to speak to that person again, but you need to release yourself from that toxic bond, because what you create with someone when you have anger towards someone, when you can't forgive someone, is you're keeping the bond alive, the cord between you and that person, which is a very toxic one, and it intoxicates you. It poisons you, your mind, your soul, your emotions, and ultimately you end up eating things that will keep intoxicating your body, right? And it could be because you're eating toxic things that you are holding on to anger as well. It could be. It's all connected. It's all connected. So you're being helped by Archangel Uriel, coming through as a spirit guide, bringing you wisdom and showing you the path toward healing these emotions and forgiving and releasing anger. Okay? So that was your... Oh, why is this all so skewed? My goodness, I'm sorry, guys. Lack of spatial perception here. That was a pleasure to read for you guys. Let me know how this resonates for you in the comment section. If it did not, choose another pile. Take what resonates, leave it does not. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. It helps the channel, helps to bring you more. It was a pleasure to read for everyone. Have a beautiful day. See you in the next one. Bye. Till next time. Welcome everyone who chose this card, Community. These are your messages from your spirit guides. The number 8 could be significant. You could have a child. It's not going to be for all of you. You could be the child, or you could be younger in your community. It could be that you're thinking about your community, or there are concerns around a community. This could be something that's on your mind right now. I'm seeing a parrot. Is that a parrot there, or is it like some other bird? Green birds, parrots. A hut. It says hotel. I don't know if that's significant. Community. Your spirit guides are coming through to say something about your community, or your concerns around a community. Something about stability, prosperity. We have the judged, the judge. The number 14 could be relevant as well as the number 5. Are you feeling judged by a community, by your community, criticized? Do you feel like you've been punished in some way? Would you like to see more compassion? Is there someone who is unforgiving in your community? Are you wondering if you're doing what's right within a community? Do you fear that you would be judged for something? Justice. Justice for your community. Safety for your community. Concerns around safety, justice, criticism. You could have strong Libra in your chart, or someone in your community could have strong Libra in their chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or Mercury. Or there could be something about Libra energy here. Also Scorpio energy with the 8th house, Leo energy with the 8th month. 5th house, Leo. Children could be involved here. You could be going through some kind of legal battle. in the name of your community or within a community. You could be being criticized, thinking about punishment or unforgiveness. I don't know if this is toward you or you towards someone, or towards someone who is maybe affecting your community. You want justice. You want justice, you want fairness. Criticism will not help. Third house, communication is important. Communication is key. Something about your neighborhood, your close community. Are you making a judgment call on your neighbors? Are your neighbors judging you, criticizing you? Or your relatives, your siblings, your community, people you socialize with? Gemini energy here with the third house. Could be somewhere in your chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or Mercury. For some of you, are you feeling judged by a community online, on social media, for what you're saying, for your thoughts, for what you're sharing? Are you researching about a community or researching about a legal case? Are you involved in some court case? Let's see what's going on here. So these could all be things that could be going on for you right now, okay? Take what resonates from everything I mentioned here. And let's see what your spirit guides have to say about these matters. Five of Voices. There could be arguments between you and a community of people, or you could be having some mental conflict over judgment in a community or over a court case, or arguments. It could be internally. You could be arguing with yourself, or you could be arguing with a community of people, or you could be arguing for your community. I don't know if as a lawyer or... So I'm seeing professions here, lawyer, judge, but that doesn't have to be. Someone who communicates, a mediator or a speaker. You could be in social media. You could be in research. You could be even in teaching. A community of teachers maybe. Wow. So there could be some mental conflict going on for you around a community, around justice, around criticism, around fairness, around what is right, doing what's right, punishments, either toward yourself or others. You want fairness, you want balance, you want equilibrium. You want to see diplomacy. But there's a lot of fights and arguments, either around you or in your mind, or with your community, or for your community. I feel you could be feeling judged or criticized by your community, and there could be some arguments here where everyone's pointing fingers maybe, or you see this as a possibility. Seven of Emotions, Seven of Cups, you're confused. There's something here that's foggy, that's confusing, maybe misunderstandings. It could be because of Mercury retrograde. If you're watching this during a Mercury retrograde, these readings are timeless, meant for you when you find them. But if it is Mercury retrograde right now, that could be the reason why no one is seeing eye to eye, no one is understanding, and the arguments could be stemming from miscommunication. There could be a miscommunication issue here, or you're confused on how to move forward because your fear of judgment and criticism could be the case. Ace of Materials, about a material change in your community. It could be that you're wanting to build something, or you're wanting to keep something, and it's affecting your community, and you feel like maybe you need to start over or plant a new seed, or you want a change. You want some kind of change that will lead to a new beginning. Maybe your community or someone you know who's close to you is arguing with you because of you wanting to relocate or make changes, or the Star, something you're dreaming and wishing for, something you're hoping for. Hope for the future. Aquarius energy, the number 17 and the number 8 could be relevant. And we have the Queen of Wands. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries could be strongly in your chart. You have hopes and wishes and dreams for the future. You want to see healing within your community. You want to free yourself from mental conflict and arguments around you. You're not seeing the path forward because everyone's opinions and energies and thoughts and words are meddling things. Look, you're the one who needs to take leadership here. You're the one people are going to look to for answers. You need to do what you feel inspired to do, and you will inspire others. It's in your hands. You have the power to change things. You have the power to direct things. It's like people look up to you, but you need to be genuine and true and authentic to yourself in order to be understood. You need to be very clear about how you communicate. And you need to seek the path that is the most healing path right now. Even if it's through tough love with yourself or others, okay? You have to be the judge before you can be judged. Be the judge of yourself. Travel. Okay, an upcoming trip proves to be life-changing in positive ways. Maybe you're trying to make a decision whether you should uproot and move to a new place, new neighborhood, new community. If you're thinking about traveling or relocating, this trip will prove to be life-changing in very positive ways. It will be very positive. Archangel Raphael is with you as a spirit guide, as an archangel, helping you heal any physical challenges, emotional challenges right now, challenges within a community, arguments through love. Love is the answer. So if you're coming from a place of fear when it comes to a community of people, a court case, a decision, a new beginning, your hopes and dreams, your healing, if you're coming from a place of fear, you are stunting all of that. You need to come from a place of love. What would you do if you wouldn't fear backlash or criticism or punishment? Are you in the right place? Do your values align with the current laws of where you are? Travel could be the answer. Travel could definitely be the answer here for healing. Travel would prove to be very positive and healing for you. You would feel more inspired. It's almost like travel would open doors for making your dreams come true. I don't know if this is just like visiting a place or moving there. It depends on what you're resonating with here. It would be very healing. It would be an act of self-love and probably even an act of love toward your community, depending. Don't listen to the naysayers. Follow your own inner compass and follow your intuition on this one, because you have a good intuition. It's strong and you can rely on your intuition right now. You are the better judge in this situation. Close out all the external noise and other people's opinions. Sit with yourself and ask yourself what you know is right, and you will know the answer. Everything else is just noise right now. It's too much. It's overwhelming. There's too many opinions. There's too much energy going on here. Remove yourself, even if just for a little bit, even if it's just for a few days, to gain perspective. That will be very healing. And if you are to come back to this community a few days later or a few months later, things will have calmed down and everyone will have a different perspective. Walking could be a good solution for you right now. It seems very simple, but it's going to open pathways for you. It's going to clear your mind. Go for a walk if you need to clear your mind. Go travel if you need to gain some distance and some perspective, because you would come back with a renewed perspective. And if relocating is the way that you see toward healing, then you need to trust your intuition here, okay? Those are your messages from your spirit guides. It was a pleasure to read for you today. I hope this brought you the clarity that you seek. If it did not resonate, choose another pile. Take what resonates, leave what does not. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. It helps the channel. It helps to bring you more. Extra content is on Patreon. Information for that is in the description box. It was a pleasure to read for everyone today. Have a beautiful day. See you in the next one. Bye for now.